I've had lipstick on my teeth this whole time. Ew. Hi everyone, how are you guys doing today? I just received my Ipsy bag. This month Ipsy had given us option of adding additional goodies to our bag for $3 each before the bag shipped, and I decided to add this microfiber velvet sponge by Juno and Company. It initially was made popular by NikkieTutorials, and now there is some controversy about it that she already had some code that you could use and she did not reveal that. I don't care. Okay, it's a $6 sponge that this company makes. This sponge is supposed to be latex free, cruelty free. I don't know what cruelty free means in this case. Like, what they're gonna try applying foundation on an animal with the sponge. So I don't know what that actually means. On the back side, it says, if you're looking for a more natural airbrush foundation finish, the Juno microfiber velvet sponge is your go-to. Made with velvet soft microfiber bristles and a slanted edge for controlled stippling. I think there is a typo. I think it's supposed to be controlled, I suppose. I don't know. It says for controlled stippling, the Juno microfiber velvet sponge provides buildable coverage fast. Given the controversy, we can just ignore NikkieTutorials' opinion on this sponge, but recently it was reviewed by Tati and she said that she really liked it. She said that it did not absorb as much foundation, which is what got me interested, because that's my pet peeve with all the sponges, because I feel like I applied the foundation and a lot of it gets absorbed in the sponge. I have a bunch of sponges. I like the feeling of a nice cool sponge on my face, and I do like them to sometimes kind of go over my already applied foundation and concealer to kind of smooth out any imperfections. But I'm hoping that with the microfibers on this sponge, it becomes like a one-stop shop. So this is what it looks like. In my opinion, it looks like a faded, really old ice wash jeans. It is soft. It is not as soft as my Papa charity sponge from Shop Me Say. That one retails for $1.55. This one retails for $6. I don't know if I already mentioned it. So let's see how it goes when we dip it in water. So let's see, like, this is the size now, okay, compared to my finger. It says how to apply dry makeup product. Make sure your sponge is dry. Dry microfibers will act as a brush hairs to help distribute product evenly. Oh, so I could use it for powders too. Somehow I missed that part. For some reason, the sponge that is shown on here looks like it is kind of cut off at the top and is more like a wedge, whereas mine is pointy. So I don't know what's that all about. Let's see inside. Yeah, this one definitely has like the tip cut off. So I don't know if they have come up with a newer sponge and they sent the older ones to Ipsy to sell off. I don't know. Okay, for liquid foundations, it says avoid using too much product at the first time. Fully wet your Juno sponge by running it under water and squeeze out excess liquid to begin. Apply a dime-sized amount on the back of your hand and start the application. Gradually add more product to stipple and achieve coverage you want. Be sure to dab and blend for a more flawless look. Okay, so it has expanded just like the normal other sponges. Almost double the size, I can say. So I'm going to use my usual Flower Beauty Light Illusion foundation. I have already primed my face with the Ofra Cool as Cucumber moisturizing primer and it feels nice. Anyway, so I'm gonna take some foundation on my e.l.f. palette, about 1 pump. I don't want to go straight in it because I find that gross. I'm thinking let me do half of my face with this sponge and then I'll do the other half with Clarisonic. And I'm thinking I should wipe off my lipstick before I begin because I don't want it picked up on the sponge. I can then spread that on my face. So let me zoom you guys in, okay? Yeah. That's good enough. Ooh. Okay. Okay, so let's see. So I remember, I think Tati was saying that she prefers doing like a more swiping motion than dabbing. I'm skeptical if I'm gonna be like completely wowed by this product because come on, it's like a sponge. I see a lot of product on here which is not something I'm liking. But I have to say, I don't know, it's because I did the swiping motion or what, but this was much quicker than my usual sponges. I think that should be closer. Yeah, not bad. I mean, it's fine. Let's do the other side with Clarisonic. I'm going to take the same amount, 1 pump. I usually use, I think, 1 pump for my whole face. I'm looking at the viewfinder. I feel like I have a little bit of a less coverage in around my nose region, but besides that, I'm not really noticing too much difference. Let's do the concealer now. I'm going with my Tarte Shape tapes. I completely forgot that I was supposed to blend it with the blender. Let me wipe this side down and then we'll redo. Feel like it's giving better coverage with the concealer than just my finger. After a few minutes, it's feeling almost dry to the touch. Am I supposed to soak it again? Let me do that. So I just re-soaked it. So I'm going with the lighter shade of concealer now that I usually add just at the tip of my cheeks. And then I usually blend it upwards. So with the concealer, I definitely feel like the sponge is doing a better job of spreading it somehow. Of course, I think it's going to do a better job than my fingers, but I haven't had that experience with any other sponges. Yeah. I think you can see this. Like, this side definitely looks brighter than this side. Yeah. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I wouldn't mind purchasing this one for $6, at least so far. Now, they say that for powder products, I'm supposed to use this as a brush and use it dry. A lot of people kind of bake with their powders. I don't bake, but I'm gonna try using, or at least setting my foundation. So at this side, I'm just gonna go with my super dirty looking e.l.f. whatever the little applicator thingy that comes in the e.l.f. powder. And then on this side, again, I'm gonna pick it up with the wet sponge, which is not recommended. I'm just curious. Why am I going on that side? I'm liking this. I'm liking the finish or finishes that I'm getting with this sponge. Yeah. All right. Let me do the rest of my makeup and I'll see you in a bit. All right. So let me do the rest of the makeup and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so what are my final thoughts? I think I like this sponge more than any other sponge I have owned. This pretty much I think would be the only sponge that I can actually use to apply my foundation and concealer. I do feel like the concealer applied much better with this sponge than my fingers that I usually use. I had tried this little velvet silicone sponge duo from e.l.f. a while back, and I feel like this one works very similarly, but it's more what's the word, like not so flexible per se. Like I can't really go very, very close to my lid. I don't mind this, but I haven't really used it much since, you know, trying it for that video. I pretty much use it as a makeup palette most of the times. So for $6, I would say it's not a bad product, because Tati recently reviewed another of those, like, you know, new sponges, and that one was $20, so I kind of backed off. I don't mind this, honestly. If you want to give it a try, I would say go ahead. If you have never tried a sponge before, or if you are, you know, not comfortable with sponges, but if the idea of this particular sponge intrigues you, I would say you won't mind it. At least I don't mind it. I actually like it. I do think that I get fuller coverage for the concealer with the sponge than just my fingers. The only issue I have with this is that it is super dirty, and now I need to clean it. I don't need to do that with my Clarisonic. You know, I don't need to clean it after every application. And this one pretty much is my problem with sponges in general. So, you know, if you don't mind cleaning, I would say, you know, go for it. I just poured out the water that I used to dip my sponge in. I don't know if it's a one-time thing or what, because the sponge was brand new. Yeah. Juno and company, should I be concerned? So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you again for joining me. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so YouTube will inform you of my future videos. Bye.